What's up, guys? We're going to go over a build for Void Hunter that is extremely fun to play and offers a ton of survivability. The gameplay loop centers on becoming invisible as much as possible through the use of our class ability, an aspect, and a third iteration exotic scout rifle. The goal is to gain volatile rounds and devour to keep ourselves healed and allows us to constantly and confidently have stealth available when needed to restart the loop. Let's jump in. We're going to start with Marksman Dodge specifically for the automatic reload. Third iteration has a relatively slow reload, and being able to reload this gun quickly will help in keeping our invisibility active. Next, we select Snare Bomb since it's the only option, but also provides us with a valuable source of weaken. The grenade selection is totally up to you, and you can pick whatever you like best. In this example, I selected Suppressor Grenade to help with survivability. Over to the aspects, we are actually not taking Stylish Executioner for this build. We will want to select On the Prowl. On the Prowl contributes a large portion of gameplay loop to this build. It reads, entering invisibility marks a nearby combatant as a priority target for you and your team. Defeating priority targets creates a weakening cloud of smoke that makes you and allies invisible when passing through it. When priority targets are defeated, you and nearby allies gain increased weapon reload speed and stability for a short duration and are granted grenade, melee, and class ability energy. We'll take a look at that in action in a few moments. The last aspect is Vanishing Step, which provides us with a valuable method to enter stealth when critically important or for our reload with Marksman Dodge. Before we look at Fragments, we should identify a couple of key interactions that will come into play with the Fragments. The first major component is the exotic chest piece, Gyrfalcon's Hauberk. We're mostly only concerned with the first part of the exotic, which reads, your void weapons gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. We already know that we can become invisible by using our class ability, but there's actually another way to go invisible thanks to the third iteration scout rifle. The third iteration exotic perk is called Amalgamation Rounds. The ability reads as follows. Aiming down sights for a short period without firing compresses the spread into a single high-density projectile. Damaging a target with this shot marks them. This weapon deals additional damage to marked targets. Defeating a marked target or landing a precision final blow with an amalgamation round grants invisibility and true sight. Essentially, we could have every single kill give us invisibility because the kill only needs to be a precision final blow. Otherwise, as long as you mark your target first and then kill them, that will also grant invisibility. This means in order to be invisible, you either dodge, get a marked kill or a precision kill with the third iteration, or kill your marked target from the On the Prowl aspect and pass through the cloud of smoke. Let's take a look at the fragments now and how they interact and synergize with what we just discussed. Starting with Echo of Harvest, which will allow us to create orbs of power and void breaches when we kill weakened targets. We can make things weak with our Snare Bomb. Next is Echo of Persistence, so that our Devour, Overshield, and Invisibility will last longer. Echo of Starvation will give us Devour when we pick up an Orb of Power or a Void Breach. Echo of Vigilance will give us an Overshield when we kill a target and have depleted shields. And finally, we have Echo of Cessation. The reason we're selecting this fragment is primarily for the second part of it, which reads that defeating volatile targets creates a Void Breach. Since we will have 100% uptime on volatile rounds thanks to Gyrfalcon's Hauberk interacting with our Scout Rifle and class ability, we will be creating a ton of void breaches, which help to get our class ability back. This synergizes with Echo of Starvation, which gives us Devour when we pick up a void breach. This is the core loop of the build. The entire loop is to become invisible, which marks a target from On the Prowl. Kill that target to gain ability regeneration and volatile rounds. Spread volatile explosions on trash, which will create void breaches and orbs of power. Pick up breaches to lower your class cooldown and gain Devour for self-healing. The last part of this build is the Seasonal Artifact, which can be completely omitted as the build will still function within its own loop. However, we may as well take advantage of the perks. The only really viable selection is Elemental Coalescence, which will help us to create more void breaches. Let's take a look at the gameplay. We start combat by entering into invisibility by using our class ability. Because we're invisible, our aspect On the Prowl activates and a target has been marked to kill. Once we kill this target, On the Prowl will activate Successful Hunt, which is what indicates to us that we have increased reload speed, stability, and class ability energy. This ability can stack up to 3 times. Also, defeating priority targets creates a weakening cloud of smoke that makes you and allies invisible when passing through it. We can proceed straight to that cloud to go invisible once more, or continue clearing trash. There's also a void breach that has been generated on the kill, as well as an orb of power. We want to grab the breach to trigger devour. In the gameplay, we sit back and grab some easy kills which trigger invisibility and then proc on the prowl. Notice the smoke clouds that keep popping up from the successful hunts. These are also debuffing with weaken, which plays into the gameplay loop. Last but not least, let's take a look at the armor mods. As an added bonus, 2 pieces of the Bushido set will grant you a healing ability called Iaido. This states that final blows with freshly drawn or reloaded weapons heal you. This is a great addition to the synergies already at place with fueling our class ability to dodge and reload our weapon. Looking at the helmet mods, we go with a Void Siphon or Harmonic Siphon to generate orbs. We also want to select the Super Font to help boost our super generation when we pick up an Orb of Power. For our gauntlets, we're going to select the Melee Font, Impact Induction, and Momentum Transfer. The chest is using damage reduction mods, so choose those based on your activity and needs. Legs are using Weapons Font, Recuperation, and Insulation. We probably don't need Insulation here, but anything we can do to help further get our class ability back faster is a plus. Lastly, for the cloak, we want to go with Reaper as it synergizes with the build to help generate orbs. Powerful Attraction again for the synergy, and Outreach. We could opt for another powerful attraction here, but that's up to you. One last call out is for stats. Ideally, we want to hit 101 baseline for the class stat to help boost our dodge as much as we can and generate an overshield whenever we dodge. Feel free to pause on this screen or the next screen to grab whatever build details you'd like. Alternatively, you can grab the dim link below in the description. Here's a full run through of a solo op with no HUD and set to power level 200. It was a bit tricky not knowing what my ability cooldowns were or what enemy health was, but I stuck to the gameplay and tried to hunt as much as I could. I think this build is going to really take off even more once the 3rd iteration Catalyst is unlocked. The Catalyst causes kills with amalgamation rounds to trigger a weakening blast, which just adds even more synergy to this build. All in all, it's a very exciting build that offers a ton of great ways to go invisible, heal, and cool down your abilities quickly. I hope you have fun trying it out, and thanks for watching.